Did 1923 go too far? While many were expecting a gripping Western drama filled with epic love stories and ranch wars, what we got instead was something much darker, something haunting. And honestly, I can't stop thinking about it. Now that 1923 has wrapped up, let's look back and ask, what truly stayed with you? Was it the heart-wrenching romance between Spencer and Alexandra? Cara Dutton's unshakable strength in defending the ranch? The breathtaking but brutal snowscapes? Or, let's be real, the graphic, relentless sexual violence surrounding Donald Whitfield that seemed to dominate the entire season? For me, it's that last one. As unforgettable as Alex's tragic ending was, it's the disturbing imagery from Donald's scenes that stuck with me. And not in a good way. I'm angry about it. And judging by the conversations online, I'm not the only one. The Yellowstone universe thrives on villains. That's part of the appeal. The Duttons are heroes, but they need someone, or something, to fight. Sometimes it's corporate greed trying to bulldoze Montana tradition, like market equities in Yellowstone. Other times, the land itself is the enemy, like in 1883, where survival is the story. But 1923 gave us a different kind of evil, Donald Whitfield. And on paper, he had potential. He's rich, ruthless, and has a sinister charm. At first, you think he's the usual power-hungry tycoon trying to buy up the land. Okay, classic setup. But then it gets weird, and dark, and pointless. Donald already had more money than he needed, so what was his motivation? The story hints at greed, sure. But his actions quickly move past that into full-blown depravity. And for what? Shock value? At one point, he talks about training women to manipulate other businessmen, but we never actually see that narrative unfold. It's a loose thread, dropped, forgotten. He doesn't evolve into a layered villain. He just becomes a pervert with power. And that's not compelling storytelling. Think of iconic villains, Joker, for example. We don't condone his actions, but we understand where he's coming from. That's what makes him terrifying. With Donald, there's no understanding, no nuance, just disgust. It's a shame because early on, Donald had the setup to be a dangerous, unpredictable foe. But as the season went on, his evil became cartoonish, shallow. He couldn't even defend his own home when it mattered. And once you strip away all the disturbing scenes, what's left of his character? Nothing memorable, just vile filler. That's the worst part. Those scenes didn't even serve the story. If you cut out every one of them, the plot stays the same. Donald's arc? Unchanged. The Montana land conflict? Still there. His twisted actions didn't deepen the tension, they just distracted from it. So I ask, why were they even there? And it wasn't just Donald. Look at how women were portrayed across the board this season. Alexandra, assaulted. Elizabeth, traumatized. Tiana, we don't even have time to unpack her pain. The only woman spared from this onslaught was Cara. Meanwhile, the male characters, their struggles were physical, moral, emotional, but not sexualized or humiliating in the same way. The balance was off. Way off. You could argue that suffering builds strength, sure. But making women suffer just to call them strong later, that's not empowerment. That's exploitation dressed up as storytelling. So yes, I'm deeply disturbed by the direction 1923 took. A franchise that built its name on grit and character complexity seemed to lose its way this season. And instead of giving us a powerful villain, it gave us an empty one, and made women's pain the centerpiece. I think we deserve better. The women in the Yellowstone universe deserve better. And that's all I have to say. For now. If you're just as conflicted about this season as I am, make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the Yellowstone franchise. And hey, if you're still wondering what could have been, check out the video on your screen next.